awkwardly sitting on the floor again. I still haven't figured out how I'm going to start recording things, but ugh, Bento's always barking or something's always popping up. But I come today with a story time. So I don't know how funny it's going to be, but I hadn't gone out in a while, and a friend of mine invited me out, and we went to a place called Easy Eights. It's like a pool hall. So we went to go drinking. And I don't know if it's just something that happens here in the Valley in Texas, but whenever you go to a bar or a club, there's always somebody walking around with selling roses. So the guy that sells the roses was sitting at a table like across from where I was sitting. And he was literally eating a bag of popcorn and just staring at me. And I was like telling my friend, like, hey, is that guy looking at you or me? And she's like, I don't know, I can't tell. And he kept walking around and walking around and walking around. Until finally he comes up to me and he speaks Spanish. And he's like, ¿Cómo te llamas? Like, what's your name? And I tell him my name, I introduce myself, and he gives me a rose. And he says, like, he's like, ay, estás bien hermosa. He like, you're so beautiful. And I was like, hablo español. Puedo hablar español, pero bien poquito, which means I can speak Spanish, but very little. Like, I understand it more than I can speak it. And, well, so he gives me a flower, and then he asks me for my number. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I really don't want to give this guy my number. Like, I really don't want to give this guy my number. So I say, okay, I'll give him a number. And I give him my mom's number because that's the only number I know by heart. And I'm like, they're like, dude, you gave him your number? I was like, no, I gave him my mom's number. And they were like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Well, thank you, Mother. She gave him my number. So my plan backfired on me. And he started messaging me and was waiting for me outside the club and the bar at the same time. The bar. And I was like, just go to the car. Just go. And we walked as quickly, and he was trying to get our attention. Like, he was literally waiting for me outside until the club closed. I was like, who does that? Like, who does that? I mean, I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird. But anyways, he was trying to like get our attention, so we get in the car. And he starts messaging me on WhatsApp. And he starts speaking in Spanish. And I told him, I go, no hablo español muy bien. And he's like, starts speaking English. And it is so bad. His English is so bad that I'm like, oh, like, I cringe with grammatical errors. I don't know, like, especially, I think it's hilarious in anime when they use, like, English, which is, like, a combination of English and Japanese. But when it comes to Spanish and English, like Tex-Mex, oh, I have a hair. When it's Tex-Mex, like, I can't take it. But I'd show you the messages, but they're on the phone that I'm recording this video on. And I was nice at first, replying and everything. I never was mean to the guy. Like, I would never, like, I'm not a bitch on purpose. Sometimes I come off as a bitch, but I'm not a bitch on purpose. So I'm like, oh, it was nice meeting you. Thanks for the flower. And then he's like, what do you do? And then he starts speaking Spanish again. And I was like, no hablo español. And then he's like, well, can I see you tomorrow? And I'm like, dude, I just met you. Like, I don't know. I don't know. You could be some like crazy psycho killer for all I know. Like, why am I going to go out with a complete stranger the very next day? And I don't have my own car, so I would have to be picked up. But no, not happening. I was like, no, I can't. I'm busy. And plus, I don't know you that well. And then he's like, well, if you're not seeing anyone, can I be your boyfriend? I was like, can you read this to me? Because it was written in Spanish and I understood it. I understood what he said. But I showed it to my friend, Stephanie, and she was laughing. She's like, he's asking to be your boyfriend. I go, dude, I just met the motherfucker 2 nights ago and he's already like asking to be my boyfriend. Like, that's like the sign, like, get out while you can. So I just stopped replying to his text messages. This happened like 2.5 to 3 months ago. And I stopped replying to his messages. And he messaged me again, like, hey, how are you doing? And I didn't reply. This was like a 1.5 months ago. There's Bento. I didn't reply. And then the day before yesterday, he says, hola amiga, which is hello friend. Like, how do you not get the hint? How do you not get the hint? Like, I stopped replying to your messages months ago. And it's not that, like, he wasn't my type. He didn't speak English, so there was a language barrier. He wanted to be my boyfriend within 2 days of knowing him, and he was constantly messaging me. I'm sorry, not happening. Yeah. So that was my story of me getting hit on and giving my number out for the first time since my weight loss surgery. But yeah, I've noticed that the more I lose weight, the more I get hit on, which boosts my confidence. Whoop whoop. But I tell my friend she's my lucky charm because every time I'm with her, I always get hit on. But yeah, so that was short and sweet. So sorry it wasn't that interesting. If you have any suggestions for videos that are interesting, please list them below. I'd love to hear what you guys want to watch. If you're new to my channel, you can go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell so that you know when I post videos. It's usually Wednesdays and Sundays. I really try. And you can also follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. But thanks for watching. Bye!